everybody. Mathew Owens here, California licensed CPA and full-time real estate investor. I love being a CPA, and there's specific reasons why I do, especially when investing in real estate. I know it sounds crazy. People are like, ew, taxes and audit. Who wants to deal with that stuff? In reality, if you take the skill sets on the math side and apply them to real estate, it's really an unfair advantage. It may come down to deal structuring or financial modeling. There's a ton of skill sets that can go into that you can make you a ton of money just by having those right skill sets. So I'm going to give you one strategic move that I made on an investment that really just sets the bar for the types of strategies and things you can do to really make a massive return on investment if you know how to do the math right. So and make sure that you know how to do the due diligence on the investment. So one of the strategies that I implemented, it all comes down to interest rate arbitrage. That is the primary strategy here, where you are lending at one rate, borrowing at another, and making a significant return by doing that. So I'm going to give you this example. So I did a loan inside my 401k plan. Okay, my 401k is allowed to do loans. Okay, so my 401k did a loan to a flipper at a 14% interest rate. Yes, that's right. Normally it's 12% and a point every 6 months, and they needed it for the full year, so we just charged them a 14% flat rate, and that was a $500,000 loan inside my 401k plan, and that was at 65% of the value of that property. So I was in a pretty safe equity position there on this loan. The problem is at the time, my 401k only had 50 grand left in it that wasn't invested. And I was going, great, where am I going to get the rest of the money to do this 500 grand loan at a 14% rate? So what I did is I had my 401k borrow funds from a private investor, meaning we took the loan documents for the $500,000 loan and we assigned them to our investor, gave them legal assignment title of the deed of trust so that they were protected. And we gave our investor an 8% interest rate on their funds. So I was making 14 on 500,000, and then my 401k borrowed $450,000 of that 500,000 at a 8% interest rate. And when you do the math on the 500,000, I'm making $70,000. On the $450,000, I am paying $36,000. So I'm making that difference, right? Which is a $34,000 difference from the two. And so my 401k is making $34,000, but only had $50,000 invested of our own capital. And so it's making 68% on the money, which is what makes me extremely excited about math sometimes, right? You're making $34,000 a year on an asset that you have, and it's on 50,000 invested. That's pretty crazy. And think about the financial freedom you could deploy if you did a 2 or 3 or 5 of those things. You could literally quit your job overnight if you knew how to do this strategy. Now, how did I learn how to do that? One, I have to be able to analyze the property, right? Make sure that the property, the borrower, the deal in itself is a good deal that I'm not going to lose money on, because my $50,000 is at risk, right? If something happens where they stop paying, I need to make sure that I continue to pay my investor. My 401k has the funds to do that, to continue to pay my investor, so that way my $50,000 is not lost. Because remember, my loan was at 65% of the value of that property. And so if I'm making that difference, I gave my investor the collateral on that deal. And so if they don't get paid on that deal, then they have the right to go and take the property back if they don't get paid. So you want to make sure you have enough funds to continue to pay them if something goes wrong and your borrower does not pay you in that instance, right? You have to understand how the paperwork works, how the deeds of trust and the promissory notes and the collateral assignments and things like that work in order to protect your investor involved and make sure that they never lose their money, because you always protect your investors above your own. Even if I was going to lose my 50,000, then I would still make sure my investor is protected across the board. So these are the things that you can do, but looking at a huge return, the math is amazing on this type of stuff. This is just one of the hundreds of strategies that I deploy to make money in real estate and make ridiculous returns on your money passively. You do this through seller finance strategies consistently as well. You, instead of wholesaling a deal, you might want to sell it via seller financing, because you can make a huge, super high return on your profits involved and your net equity involved as well. So hope this helps. Hope this gives you a little bit of knowledge about the strategies you can deploy based if you understand the math and how to do these. So hope this helps. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.